All right, we're here today to introduce the brand new Elite Artus bow for 2025. The Artus is a 30-inch axle-to-axle bow with a 6 7/8 brace height, shooting IBO speeds of up to 340 feet per second. This bow is packed with new features and technology. Obviously, the shorter axle-to-axle is the shortest bow we've had in the lineup in quite a few years at 30 inches. But with this 30-inch bow, with the SP2 cam system, we're not bending the limbs as far throughout the draw cycle, so the bow will feel like a longer bow, but it's still packed into a 30-inch package. Also new on the Artus is our rack system. So rack is rail accessory connection, and that includes these Picatinny mounts on the top and bottom limb pocket, and the Picatinny mount on the limb pocket is compatible with all Elite rack accessories, as well as any standard pick mount accessory that you may find for a camera mount or anything else that you want to mount to your bow. You can see on the bottom pick mount we have our Elite bipod mounted, which is an awesome accessory that allows you to set your bow down and not have to lean it up against a tree, or if you're in a ground blind or on the target line, you can leave that right on your bow while you're shooting. The new SP2 cam system on the Artus bow was developed specifically for this platform, and it's the next evolution in the SP cam family. Still has all the adjustability that you're familiar with in an SP cam, so the 1/4 inch draw length adjustments. This will adjust from 25.5 to 30.5 inches in 1/4 inch increments throughout the entire range. You still have your adjustable let off from 70 to 90%. But now we have a split payout cable system on this new cam. And that is a machined aluminum splitter, which is splitting your payout cable to equal the load on both sides of the cam and also achieve greater cable clearance for your full range of adjustment while tuning your bow. Also featured on the Artus bow for 2025 is our LTR roller guard system and our Delta VRT suppression. So the Delta VRT absorbs virtually all vibration on the shot, giving you a really stable, dead feeling bow on the shot. This is a 30-inch axle-to-axle bow, but you'll notice the length of the riser is as long or longer than previous 32, 33-inch bows. So when we developed the Artus bow, one of the things that was critical to us was that this feels like an Elite. And when we say that, we mean in how it draws, how it feels on the shot, and how stable it is to hold at full draw. Those were features that we were not going to compromise on the design of this bow. So with the geometry of the riser and the new SP2 cam system, we achieved a bow that shoots like a much longer axle-to-axle bow, is really forgiving and dead in the hand, and is putting out performance of up to 340 feet per second. So it's part of the rack system on the new Artus bow. There's a ton of different accessories that you can mount to your bow on the Picatinny mount pockets on the top and the bottom. We have our Elite rack accessories, which includes our bipod, a bow sling, and a pull-up rope system, which all attach to these rails on the top and the bottom. The Picatinny mount on the front of the bow is for your sight. So if you want to run an inline sight system from CBE or other sight manufacturers, there's many available that'll mount directly to this pick mount on the front of the bow. On the back of the riser, we have our integrate mounting system, which allows you to mount your rest directly to the back of the riser in line with the frame. You'll also see that we have an Elite QAD available that'll mount directly to the Artus bow. On the bottom side of the riser, we have our sidekick mount. So if you're not familiar with that, if you like to run a sidebar off of your bow, the lower hole here is a tapered hole that will directly accept the Elite sidekick mount for a seamless integration of your sidebar into the bow. Of course, also on the Artus is Elite's proprietary set technology. Set technology is the easiest tuning system on the market, and it's a micro-adjustable limb pocket at the rear, which will tilt the pivot of your limb left and right to apply a little bit more load to one limb or the other to get that perfect arrow flight. So instead of having to shim your bow, take it apart, and string it back up, All you need is an Allen wrench, and you can micro adjust this right on the shooting line. So in addition to all the rack accessories and features built into this riser, you'll also find it's a long riser for a 30-inch axle-to-axle bow, which provides a really stable platform. And it's also a wider riser than what we've done in the past, which has allowed for even more stability on this 30-inch bow to make it feel and have the forgiveness of a much longer axle-to-axle platform. The Artus comes in a variety of configurations for any shooter. This will come in draw length adjustability from 25.5 to 30.5 inches, peak draw weights of 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, and 75 pounds, and 20 different color offerings, including a variety of different camouflage patterns and solid colors.